What's up? This is Gordon Gray from Half Lit and DopelivenTV.
Hey, this your boy Don Ritchie representing the Midwest 219 Stand Up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lamar Tate.
This is your girl Monifa.
Hey, what up? It's your man Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trigger Tretch in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy Jason Weaver. And whenever I'm back home in the Chi, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
Hey, it's your girl Adina Howard, and you're watching Dope Living TV, live with Greg Gray and the crew.
Hey, it's me. Yeah, this is not Greg Gray. This is not. But guess what? The views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its affiliates. So yes, you got me today. Yeah, I put him out to pasture. I made him go to bed. So we gonna have a good show today, as we usually do. I am so pumped up with our guest. Oh my gosh, I have read his bio at least 3 or 4 times, and I'm telling you, it is very impressive. But before we get into that, I'm gonna bring my family on because I don't do too good by myself. So let's bring on our coach. What's happening, coach?
What's going on? What you talking about? You don't do good by yourself, girl. You all right?
I need y'all to pump me up. Mo, what's happening, Mo? Let's bring on our other brother here. Come on, Mo. Join us.
All right. What's going on, family?
Mo, what's good, brother?
What's happening, Mo?
No motion.
Man, I'm so excited today. Y'all gonna outnumber me today. I don't have my girl today. Y'all gonna outnumber me.
Wait. Where's the other sister at?
I don't even know, but you know what? She'll be back soon. She'll be back soon. She like to creep in and be in the audience and talking stuff. Not today, Marcy. Not today.
Not today.
But you guys know we got some good stuff going on. But you know what? I want to first take a moment and just send out prayers to that family that was murdered in Bolingbrook.
Yeah.
That touches me so deep because I have a very, very good friend who lives 3 doors down from where it happened.
God.
Oh, wow.
And it's so unbelievable to keep hearing things like this happen.
Man,
and we just gotta stay prayed up.
Yeah.
We do. Got to keep our shields up and prayed up.
Yes, yes. So my prayers and my condolences go out to the family. It's 2 young children that were left behind, and I just pray for strength for them, and just want everything to be okay. So, this is a day that we're gonna have a great guest on. I'm gonna give you a little bit about his background. At the age of 12, did you hear me? 1, 2, the age of 12. He was already making a way for his future. He already knew his destiny. When you know at a young age, you always find the Lord always find doors to open to send you in that direction, to guide your feet in that. And that's what he did. He directed a play at the age of 12 that consisted of his 2 brothers, 2 sisters, and 2 parents.
He was controlling the parents too. He was directing the parents.
That's scary.
At the age of in front of a full audience. Now, this wasn't nothing he was doing in the backyard.
Oh,
This ain't Tyler Perry's little brother.
I'm telling you, distant cousin, something.
Perry.
Yes.
Terry Perry.
But his love for the performing arts, you guys, led him to where he is today. He is the owner of AGAPE Productions Incorporated. He is the owner of John Ruffin Productions Incorporated. His name, I bet y'all can't figure out his name. John Ruffin.
John Ruffin.
I saw that.
That's right.
But you got to be old school to know how that hooks up and how why we laughing.
Yes.
You got to be old school.
But you know what? One of his beliefs.
Old school spirit, bro.
Oh yeah, he
go.
got that. I'm gonna tell you. If you haven't seen his plays, you will see he got that old school embedded in him. He got it. You could see it. But you know what? His belief is his belief that a play doesn't mean anything unless the anointing is in there.
All right.
And that lives are changed. So this is a great way to spread that word. I mean, who haven't went to see a play? We all do. I remember seeing my first play when I was in the 7th grade.
Well, I mean, you grew up at the side. I mean, yeah,
right. We had them all the time.
We had them in the little theater down there.
Right,
and the big auditorium too. Yeah.
Yes. But I'm gonna say this. He has taken this to another level. He has really taken this to another level, and like you said, Mo, you can see that old school, that 12-year-old embedded in that as well. Yes. So, without further ado, we're gonna bring on the man of the hour, Mr. John Ruffin.
Hello. How you guys doing?
Hey, what's going on, brother? Pretty good.
How you doing, John?
All
it's
right.
so good to have you on here.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. It's a pleasure to be on here.
Oh, you know what, John? I'm talking so much about you, but I'm gonna hand you the baton. I want you to start from the beginning and tell us how you got here.
Well, again, thank you all so much for giving me this platform and this your audience. I'm very honored to be on here, and very honored that you contacted me. And like I said, I'll be on here anytime you want, because I love talking about what we're doing. So, there you go. I started at a young age, very young age. I'm a preacher's kid. So, that means we the worst kids, automatically.
No, we ain't.
We close to it. We close to it. We the best sneaker. We can sneak in anything, So,
we don't sneak. We just get away. We get away.
Yeah, well, we were sneaking, but we couldn't listen to secular music in the house. So, but the Jackson 5 was our favorite secretly, and so we would I would turn their songs around and make them into gospel like videos, instead of saying, "Oh baby, give me one more chance," we say, "Oh Jesus,
Lord.
give me one more chance,"
There you go, brother.
Yeah, and I remember we did it. My mother was like, "You still singing the blues," you know what I'm saying? But hey, that's how it started. But one thing about them, even though they were saved, sanctified, filled with the precious gift of the Holy Ghost, burning with fire, they never they never stifled my growth, in what I was doing, my creativity. My brother himself is a professional comedian, so we've always had a talented family. My father, even though he preached the gospel, he's a professional guitarist, lead guitar. He started out with the Mighty Clouds of Joy, and the legacy of the Ruffins. I'm the fourth cousin to David Ruffin. My father's dad and David Ruffin's dad are brothers, so that's what it is. I always tell everybody I got a different kind of talent without the drug use, but so God kept me. He kept me with that, But we started at a very young age, and like you said, I knew from that point I wanted to be able to manipulate the emotions of people involved. And it started off, doing the gospel plays real heavy. One of the plays that I seen, I remember I was sitting at the Regal at the age of 16, and I seen a play. I think it was a Michael Matthews play at that time, and it moved me so much. I was in the last seat at the top at the Regal, and when I saw that, I said, I have to have this. And from that point, I pursued with everything that I had. Even though I went to college for business management, that's what my degree is in. That's what my parents paid for. But my three honorary doctorate degrees in fine arts and performing arts came from, the hard work and perseverance of doing shows, and that's where it started. And I used to use all my family. Like I said, we have a talented family. That's how my shows start off. We'll empty a church out, take all the sound system out. And I remember y'all remember R.D. Hinton? Apostle R.D. Hinton. Yeah. I did it at his school over there on 70 something. I can't even remember, but we did it there. That was my first one, really, where I just put all my resources into it. I mean, I was doing the lights, I was doing the sound, and I directed the show, casted the show, was in the show, the whole nine. Had my wife at that time, she was working stuff, pregnant, working my sound. I was like, just push this button and don't nothing else, while I go on stage. Yeah, exactly. And I remember I didn't even really know about sets. We built a scrim, which was nothing but a blank wall. I don't know what was our purpose of doing that, but we did it. And it failed in the middle of the show. The guy was holding it up. So I remember all that. And that day, I remember we packed it out. My very first real professional show, we put 800 people in there. And R.D. Hinton came up at the end and said, God has purposed you for this. And you're going to meet the masses to tell the story, because where the preacher can't go, you will be able to go. And that's how it started. So he prophesied over my life. And that didn't mean it would be easy. I thought it was smooth sailing. I was like, I've been prophesied by Apostle Hinton. It's a wrap. It's open up the bank,
Exactly.
But God, right. That's when the work, and that's when the tears started, See, a lot of people think, the blessings, I posted something on my Facebook and said it's something we ask God to bless us with the millions, but yet when he blesses us, then we complain about paying taxes. You can't, there are consequences to blessings, and that's what I had to learn. And, I learned through, like I said, soaking my pillow with tears. It ain't always been a packed audience. Sometimes I remember there were 30 people in there and I still had to pay everyone. I was working a job, taking my check, giving it to the cast members, just to make this work. And, and I used to tell people I equate it as being like a professional gambler. You gambling most times you don't know. But if I'm a gamble on anybody, I'm a gamble on me. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it was. And I was gambling on that calling that I kept feeling on the inside, and it from here, I look back sometimes now and I'm like, man, God, it had to be only you, because if I had to do this all over again, I wouldn't do it.
Change your mind.
I wouldn't.
Well, John, that just shows the drive that you had for it and the passion you had, because most people would have gave up. But let's ask this first question. Greg asked, your first production, the one with your family, when you were 12, how did that turn out? And was that the catalyst for the career?
No, I was just being able to sing secular songs for my that's all that was.
You found a way to get out.
I found a way to, exercise something that I've been wanting to do inside. we was doing it secretly anyway. So, might as well have it, with
We
them.
were too.
And,
Yeah.
and my parents weren't in the show. They were the audience. My mother would never do it. My father halfway wanted to be there. He's like, oh God, what is he on? But but he knew, he just like, go ahead, just finish it as long as he ain't stealing. You know what I'm saying? He ain't stealing, he ain't doing it. That's good. Let's keep him encouraged. So yeah. But that's how that went. Yeah.
That's great. It sounds like they really encourage your passion,
Yeah.
and they were there. It could have been something for a season. It could have been something, forever. And look how it turned out.
Absolutely. Hey, you know what? It was, my mom said it. She's like, well, if you're going to do it, you find a way to do it, and that was it. But she was like, but you stay in school, and that's what I did. So I was going to school and working corporate jobs all at the same time. I knew it was bad because I used to answer the phone. John Ruffin Productions. I mean,
a Freudian slip.
Yes, it used to always happen, and I was like, "This is bad," but I stuck to it. I stuck with it, and it's just till what it is now, and started really doing the gospel plays. Shared the same stages as Tyler Perry, toured nationally with the shows, and then one time I remember being here in Chicago. It could be kind of competitive here, and they said, "Well, he's good with the inspirational plays, but." He can't do the Broadway. And I was like, y'all don't know the God I serve,
Right.
And I always felt like, excuse me, I dropped that. I can do all things, I can do all things through Christ. And my first Broadway style show was Dreamgirls. And we sold out 30 shows, 3 months of shows. And it was full, 1,100 seats, completely sold out each night. So we did that for 3 months. Then I turned around and did Color Purple. And, when I did Color Purple, I only did that I said I was going to do it for about a 3-week run. And after that, the promoters picked me up and I went on tour for 3 straight years with that, Yeah. And from there, it just kept going, growing and going. And the next thing you know, I was hired to, this young lady was supposed to be doing a play called Imitation of Life. She wasn't able to do it, so they hired me to do it. And I wrote the show, directed the show, all in 30 days and put the show on.
You sure your last name ain't Perry?
Yeah, no, Perry is Perry, but that's Ruffin. Yeah.
He said, nope, I put another stamp on there.
Yeah,
Ruffin.
that's it. But he and that's what we did. And ever since then, I've been doing the Broadway shows, and I was tired of paying the licensing for those shows. And I said, I'm making them rich. We were paying to do like the Color Purple. We was paying $50,000 a week just to license the show.
And that was going to be one of my questions, because I know you have to have a lot of these are, shows that are dealing with people that you have to have a license for. And when I was looking through it, I was like, man, he has to have some kind of connection, a license or something.
Yeah.
To do this. But Mo, you had a statement.
Yeah, I mean, you think about the church and the way you was talking about the church, but God lined it all up on, like in the music business, we always say like this: you got to learn the business before you can do the work. And
absolutely,
he put you in that business, got your business degree, and then the work came. So
absolutely.
Yeah, so
absolutely. And then let's take another question here. Craig is asking, are all of your productions faith-based?
Not anymore. Not like that. I would say this because that was a tug of war for me because of my background. However, the art form and the storytelling is what the anointing is about. And like I wrote a show called Living All Alone, the Phyllis Hyman story, and that started off with 18 shows. And ended up doing 70 shows, and we still had 3,000 people on the waiting list just to see that show. That show was selling out in 10 minutes time. Soon I put it on, said it would sell out. And you know, since then, God done blessed me. I own my own theater now, Theater 47.
Theater 47.
And yeah, Theater 47. And we just been doing show after show, complete. Every show we do is sold out there. And, you know, and I don't do that. I don't boast about that, but I boast in the ability that God gave us, you know, in order to do that. So Phyllis Hyman dealt with a lot of what you call mental illness. I think that's something that we do not talk about in the Black community. So this gave me a way to segue into talking about that. I take plays the way I do it as a modern day parable. You know, that's the way I look at it, because sometimes people just don't understand where the messaging that we're trying to give them, but they can always look at it and then catch their own message. And so my prayer is, God, whatever I'm doing, let the message, the intent, and the purpose of my heart come out in that production. And that's what's been doing it thus far, and hey, it's still going.
You can't lose. You got God right there by your side. You can't lose.
Absolutely,
Coach, you had a question?
Yeah, this man answered the question. It was pertaining to more so about his experience, how he gained everything. Because, man, you know, it takes time to build all this stuff up. And I think that's another thing people don't realize too. You know, when you go through, you're gaining a whole bunch of knowledge. You're gaining a whole bunch of, you're putting a whole bunch of time and effort to it.
That's it.
But I just want to tell you, man, your ability that you said you wrote, you said you directed, you said you did all this, you said you did, what'd you say? You pumped that out in 30 days?
30 days. And now that's all I do. We only do 30 days of rehearsal, you know, because my thing is, you know, when you're doing theater, what makes the money worth it is that you're not burning a lot of gas coming to and for. And, you know, I'm 51 now. I don't have the patience and the stamina any longer to be in long rehearsals and all of that good stuff. And then I take them on the road. So it's more than just doing them at my theater. The purpose is so that I can give a platform so many people that couldn't afford to go to school, could not afford to, you know, hit some of the stages. We give them that opportunity. I train them to the point that, you know, other people want them. I just this new show that was just out, New Jack City. Y'all seen it? That came out here. They, you know, I'm good friends with all the national playwrights, so they called me and said, "Hey, John, man, we looking for somebody," and I placed Richard Gallion in there. You know, Richard Gallion is in that show now, about to tour the world. You know what I'm saying? Richard started with me. Richard started his own theater company. You know, and I try to mentor people that, you know, because I didn't get the mentorship, because a lot of people shut the door on my face, but that I understand why they did that, because only God wanted to get the glory for this knowledge that he gave.
That's right.
So that's why the doors were shut. But because the doors were shut on me does not mean I shut the door on others.
That's
right. I pray about it, because you don't cast your pearl to the swine either. Be careful with your gem, what you give, because if you give it to the wrong people, it'll go astray. So I don't just give it to anybody. And some people say, well, that's arrogant and all that. I'll call it what you want. At 51, I don't care what you say, you know, but I will say this: you ain't going to get this until I know God told me to give it to you. You know?
All right.
So is that your volunteer program, John? The John Ruffin's Theater Performing Art Group? Is that
that's not the volunteer. We only have ushers volunteer. Everybody, what we call the theater, I have Theater 47 as it's a community theater with a professional essence. I pay everybody, because I feel like the time that you put in, you have to learn to brand yourself. I teach you how to brand yourself, how to get paid at what you're doing, and then take it further than that. So that's where it is, you know, and then all the other stuff comes from that.
You take care of your people, they'll take care of you.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Well, let's get another question from Greg Gray. He's very interested in what you're doing, John. He said, you seem happy. That's a blessing. But was there a point when you said, what the hell am I doing?
I probably say that before every show, you know, you know, because sometimes you're looking at it, and by the time it all come together, you're usually sitting there like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm taking a chance with this or with that. And you have your days. You have your days where you're saying, "Man, I'm like that." I think it was a show where I don't know, with Danny Glover. You say, "I'm too old for this." That's the way I felt, because I didn't own my theater. It's funny. Theater 47, I didn't own the theater until I was 47 years old. And I was like, God,
Wow.
you are a jokester. Why would you give it to me now? And I'm too tired to work it, But
47.
at 47, and I said, I'm too tired to work it, but that's where you learn wisdom at that point. It ain't for me to work it. It's for me to delegate for other people to work it.
And that's in Park Forest, right?
Yes, it's in Park Forest. Yeah, out of all places, exactly. And when
that's right in our backyard.
Yes, and we've been really blessed at that place and blessing other people. So it means so much to me that so many of people are coming out of program. We done put at least 6 or 7 people on Broadway. Literally Broadway. He was I remember starting off with a guy. He was Simba in the Lion King.
Okay.
We did Sandy Red, who y'all probably seen on The Voice, started with me, and I could keep going on and on and on. From the people that come around, they never had any training except me. I'm all on their resume.
Man, that has to feel really good.
Yes.
It does and it doesn't. Sometimes they get out there and embarrass you, but other than that, it's good. I love to see people flourish. It ain't all about me flourishing. I don't want to
like
see
all your kids though. Your kids do that. That's just like all your kids do that. They get out there and they might say something. Oh, shit.
Absolutely. And all my children, they, and that's a blessing too, because my children work with me in the business. I have to, I tell people, I say, I got to keep working. I can't, they say, you going to leave it for them? They ain't writing and all that. I said, no, I got to keep working because it'll be a strip club if I die with knowing them. I got more all boys these days. So I got to watch that and be glittering glow. Oh, yeah, something like that.
This is what Greg said. He said, make a Dope Living TV play. We could call it Us and Marcy.
Right, exactly.
She listening. She listening.
Man.
Yes.
You had a question for John?
Yes, I want to know, my man. Do you feel that with your gifts and talents? I know you said that it wasn't easy. You know what I mean? And that part, that going through process isn't easy. But do you feel that when God put that gift in you, it made it easier for you to flow? You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly. You said it right. It's purpose. When you're in purpose, the process of putting on a play isn't hard. The business of it is hard. You see what I'm saying? So once you learn that, I always say it ain't show business, it's business show. Because I don't care how many shows you do and whatever. If you don't know the business, ain't nobody coming to see it. Nobody care. And I tell a lot of actors that say, "Oh, Mr. Ruff, I can do it." I say, everybody say they can do it till you're around professionals, and then, it changes because some of them will come and say, "Hey, you know what? I know how to act a fool." I said, "Well, that ain't acting. That's you." You know what I'm saying? That's you being you. It's totally different. When we exist in a new person, when we exist in a person or a person exists in us, it's a totally different world. You're not living as John, you're living as that character. So that character has different emotions. And because, some people say yelling or anger is always expressed with yelling. Everybody don't yell when they anger. So you have to know what that character does. So there's layers with characters. You just don't just walk up there and just pick up a script and go. No, you have to study. You have to understand the era, the time, the meaning, the background, who that character is, who that person is before you could get on stage. And so before we let you on stage, sometimes some people have to just put their time in with me. And there's some people don't work with me for 2 years before I put them on stage. I was like, I'm not going to break you in, embarrass you to embarrass me to embarrass you. You see what I'm saying?
That's one of the questions I had in the back of my head. Do you have casting calls, or do you have individuals that are with you from play to play to play?
Some I do. Some I do go from play to play because their loyalty means a lot in this business, you know. So if they're going to show me loyalty, I have to show them loyalty. And one thing about being a writer of all my shows, I once I learn your voice, I know how the dimensions you can play. So it makes it a whole lot easier. So when I'm writing, I can say, "Oh my God, my friend Casey Lee is going to blow this away because this is, yeah, I've seen him do this," or Liberty Clay, I've seen her do this. So yeah, so that works. But I do casting calls because right now I have about 40 people in my group, but I always bring more people in. And if I bring them in, I tell them, if you're going to be part of my group, just being on the stage is not part of it. You got to work behind the stage. You got to learn every part I had to learn. You don't get a break, you know, so that's how it goes.
Yeah. Greg is rallying for the strip club. He said, "I'm there for the strip club. Just let me know in advance. Gotta stop and get change for $100.
You know, I love what you said, man, because what you just did right there, you said, you know how you said the gift and the gift in the business. That's what you did right there. When you made that statement and you just said that to us, when you said that, you know, certain people, once you hear your voice, they'll be good for that part and they excel at that part. That's that gift. That's the gift that God put in you. And then the casting call so you can bring in more people. Now that's the business side of it. That's you knowing that you need to add more to the element. You know what I mean? In order to maximize on what God is gonna give you.
That's it.
Oh man, and see, that's why I'm paying attention hard, man. See, I'm in a different sector, but I'm taking notes, brother. I'm taking notes.
Right. That's right. Because you got to understand something. You know, we get older, you know, and we get older, the new have to come in. You can't keep it. I told them I refused at that Theater 47. The average age is 47. We got to have that youth in there, even though them Gen Zs get on my nerves sometimes. But, but you know, but they're when you have the right ones, they're just a sponge and they catch on so fast these days, you know. So I bring in that youth to keep them going, but I don't bring in. I still teach them old school ways. You know, you got to be tough out here. You can't be crying. And I call one of my actors, I call him Mr. Pout. And when I see him pouting, I say, you know, I'm gonna pick on you the whole rehearsal because I want you to leave. If you're gonna pout and all that, I don't want nobody who can't stand it. You know, because our audience, they pay their money. And they give you their time. They deserve everything that they supposed to get, that experience. And if you can't give it to them, you don't need to be here.
Oh, that's a good concept. Greg has another. This is a good question. He has another good question here. He is asking, let me see where it is, right here. He's asking, as an independent, how intimidating was it having a budget set and knowing you are close to the budget? How do you compensate? Do you cut a lot, redesign the product, or do you go over and hope the difference can be made on the back end?
Well, basically, that's where your business skills come in. You know, once you know the budget before it happened. I remember when I was doing Color Purple, my budget every weekend was $164,000 before it had to be made before, you know, anything. Yeah, you can't. You can't go out there without knowing what your budget is. So it is really, it's clear cut. You don't sit there and you ain't adding stuff onto it. You know exactly. That's how you know people who know what they're doing and don't know what they're doing. You put those line items in there and you put ancillary dollars in there too, because sometimes you fall below, sometimes you need a little bit more. You know, so when you're doing that, you really have to know what you're doing, know what, you know, especially when you're dealing with the celebrities. You know, a lot of the plays I do, I have a lot of celebrities in my show. I could go through the alphabet 3 times, you know, with the number of people that's been in my show, from Tatiana Ali, who was on The Fresh Prince, Bobby Brown, Johnny Gill, Tank, Genuine. All of those guys have been in my shows. And so when you're dealing with it, learning to negotiate, how much they're going to get per week and all this stuff, to negotiate their hotel, their travel. You got to know logistics. It ain't just what you see on the stage. You have to know how to do business, and you have to know how to keep relationships good. You know, that when Hollywood call you or you call Hollywood, I don't talk to managers. I talk to that person because I'm good for it. I'm good for it. They know you ain't got to chase me for their money. You know, your money is already done. I'm not bringing you into a city and guessing how I'm gonna pay you. That money is in the bank ready for you.
Well, you know what? That I'm with Greg. You know, it sounds like you don't deviate from that plan is what he's asking.
I don't at all.
Yes.
I don't. And I don't do it with my own theater. Whatever my budget is, that's what it is. You know, and I know how much I want to make and how much is needed to make, because running the theater is very expensive. We don't get grants, we don't have funding. And that's a blessing because I never had to take a loan out. You see what I'm saying? So everything has been because God has given it to me. He gave me the plan, and I just execute.
You implement it. Yep.
There you go.
I'm still stuck on the $50,000 performance for the license.
Yeah.
But Kara said hi, and she said that she was in a play at your theater.
Oh,
Kara
beautiful.
Adams.
Okay, that's good. There's a lot of people come through, so I got to clean my bandwidth, so I don't be knowing. I forget a lot of names. I'm bad with names, but I remember faces, and I'm grateful that she was able to do a show there.
Well, you know what? Go ahead, Coach. You have a question. I'm gonna ask my question after you. No, you're done.
Okay, I was just gonna say this, man. Just seemed like you've touched a lot of people. You touched a lot of people,
Yes,
and
sir.
do you feel that there are times when you feel like it's a lot out of you, like people are taking as much as you're giving?
Oh my God! Sometimes you feel a lot of times you feel underappreciated. Your feelings get hurt a lot because you see people move on and act like they did it themselves. Because there's a lot of people that could not even act when I started. But they'll go in your name and so you'll go through those moments where your feelings are hurt a lot. And I noticed the older I'm getting, the more sensitive I get. When I was younger, I didn't care. I was stoned. But that's the thing of getting old. You start developing empathy. Your feelings are, but you have to get in a place. That's where I say family is most important. A lot of times we invest so much time in what we want to do and we forget our family, not knowing that the family is going to be the ones you have to count on later to keep you going. You see what I'm saying? So, and that's what I tell anybody, whatever you're doing, do not leave those important family members out of it, or you know what, you're going to be left out of their lives too.
Good advice. Good advice.
Yes, good advice.
Mo, you had a question?
Yeah. So how do you feel about recording one of your plays and pitching it to Netflix and some of the other places and Tubi?
Well, you know what? I was blessed early in my career. In 2008, I was picked up by Aspire TV, BT, Netflix, all of them.
Aspire.
Yeah, I did all those already. I don't like it. I don't like doing TV. People used to tell me you need to go to LA. I was like, listen, if you gifted, LA will come to Chicago, and that's what they did. And I was offered a 20-show deal, to do 20 on BET, and I just turned it down. I keep turning more down than I'm accepting because it's nothing like live theater. One day when I don't want to do it no more, then I may go to TV, and I'm not in it for that anymore. And what you see, especially the programming and content has gotten worse, because everybody can pick up a cell phone and record it, and it's just bad. And so if I'm going to do something, I'm waiting for the big break. I'm not waiting for nothing small no more. Small is when I first started. I got 2 of them out. I got 3 movies out there already, and been just got offered to put another one out there last year, and I turned that one down gracefully. I'm glad, not saying I'm arrogant with it, but everything ain't, you learn everything ain't for you to do at that moment. And you got to understand sometimes the enemy is setting you up too.
There you go.
It's called distraction.
There
And
you
when
go.
you get distracted from your purpose, that's when you bump your head.
You
and
preaching, John.
my intent and my purpose is already established. Why go into something else that has not been tried by fire? You know what I'm saying? So that's where I am with it. So I'm not, if that's what you're trying to do and you want to go out there and do it, God bless you, but that's not my calling to do that, because you got to understand, bigger, more money, more problems. And what's important to me? I always say, I'm not going to be appreciated like August Wilson until I die. Then you'll hear so if you're expecting to get the accolades while you're alive, you're waiting you'll be waiting a long time. But when I die, that's what for my legacy. My legacy is established for my sons, my children, my wife. If I go, they'll have something to be proud of. My great grandchildren, my grandchildren, because I see them now, and I was like, I'm looking at them, I'm watching them. I was like, they have no idea what I'm setting them up for. You know what I'm saying?
That generational wealth. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Let me tell you something, John. You are so much of an inspiration, man. I'm telling you.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I'm just for anybody who wants to start off in anything. My brother, you are just you dropping gems. You laying out roadmaps. You telling people how not to deviate from their purpose. Because I'm gonna be real with you, man. When people start off in the game, when they start trying to figure out their purpose, trying to really map out everything, it's very easy to deviate. It's very easy to get distracted because we always like to say our purpose is tied to a number of things. You know what I mean? But I like how you're doing everything because you are straight and narrowed with your purpose. You are not going left. You're not going right. You like, look, this is what God called me to do. So I'm sticking with it. I know it already. Why do I have to stray from that? Dog, you helping me out. I'm trying to tell you, brother.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that, man. And that's when we go through these things for other people. You know what I'm saying? Because, I always tell the playwrights, I say, hey, I lost hundreds of thousands, so you don't have to lose $1. But you got to listen. You have to remain a student. Take the offense out of the words and get the message. It ain't the how, it's the why. If you can learn the why, you'll get the how. The how is just up the road. You just got to learn the why. And that's what that's kind of the things that I give other people because same things I would tell my sons, hey, listen, this is why you're supposed to do this. Not how to do it, why you do it. You'll find how to do it, So, and that's pretty much it. God done purposed all of us with something. Find out what that is, and there's a lot of people that today they doing this. Tomorrow they're a pastor. Next thing you know, they're a car wash attendant. Next thing you know, they working at White Castle. Next thing you know, they on there. And I've been doing the same thing for 36 years. And guess what? It's paid off. I say it like this. I'm in a different tax bracket now, just doing the same thing,
brother.
Same thing. And
that's right.
I said, don't be a jack of all trades, master something. Master something.
Say that again for the people in the back.
Yes, you can. Everybody says, well, I'm multifaceted. Okay, you're going to be multi-broke. You know what I'm saying? Because
you'll be shining on the ground.
Yes, you got to become an expert at something. It takes 10 years to become an expert, and whatever that is, but some people want to jump because why? They want the notoriety. They want the Facebook likes. They want the, just to say I'm an entrepreneur. So everybody's like, oh, you better get it. There's nothing to that. Just like you see a lot of people jumping on the Tubi. I'm on Tubi. Yeah, it's free. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to knock it, but it's free. I want to get something. The Bible said my gift would make room for me and put me in front of great and mighty men. That's right. So great and mighty men got money. You know what I'm saying?
You better say that.
Your time is worth something. you know, and we take that for granted that we can just give our time away. No, you are accountable to God for the time you spend doing stuff that you have no business doing.
Come on.
Absolutely. Well,
And that's
Greg
real.
said, we just want to
Mhm.
come sit down at one of your productions and feel the blessings through your work. This
Oh,
is
that's
another
nice.
master class exclusively on Dope Living TV.
All right. Yes,
Live.
yes, yes. Well, you can always come to me. We got one show coming.
Absolutely.
We got one going on right now called Imitation of Life.
Imitation of
Yes, I wrote that based off the Fannie Hurst book, 1934 novel. And you ever seen that movie? My wife liked the movie, so I said I'm gonna make it into a production.
Oh,
And
that was
and
awesome.
and it took off, man. I mean, these people are sitting there,
Wow.
you know, but I had to put my own spin to it because, you know, I make mine take place in Bronzeville, Chicago. Let's give you some history of what happened in the 30s in Chicago. You know, where
Real.
it wasn't just Al Capone that were gangsters. Black people were very strong gangsters back then, and they controlled that. So I tie those two stories in. And they loving it, man. They are loving it. And I
Well, you
always
know
tell
what, John? You listen. You're doing a lot. You're doing a lot this year. I can't even go
yeah,
back for the last however many years,
yeah,
but I know you
30.
got
Yeah.
Invitation
yeah,
of Life that started
yeah.
production February 25th.
Through, yeah.
Then you got Remember the Times that's starting
Michael
production
Jackson, yeah,
May 20th.
yeah.
That's my son's birthday. Then you had Steel Magnolias that's coming this summer, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Then Turn Off the Lights,
Yeah,
Teddy
the Teddy
Pendergrass
Pendergrass.
musical,
Yeah,
September.
yeah.
When do you sleep?
I find a way to sleep. You know, you work hard in the beginning so you don't have to work at the end.
There you go.
If
Right.
you pay,
Got
if you
people.
do all it, yeah, you got to put the right people in place. You know, I work real hard for 30 days. You know, then after that, I'm chill. You know, like now, I won't even go back to the theater until it's showtime. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's where you do it. You know, you got to keep it going because people start pulling from you. And I always tell the playwrights, work on putting out quality instead of quantity. You know, if you put out quality, your audience will always be with you. You know, so I don't rush anything. You know, I put it in a place that once the show is going, it's going, Gina. You don't have to worry about it. You know, you just coast. You know, and Ed Hollis is playing Michael
Yeah,
Jackson. And
that's our guy, Ed Hollis.
yes, if you ever seen MJ live on Vegas, I went to see that. And when I saw it, I said, oh, I can do this. And I know the perfect person.
Yes.
And so we're going to give you, we're going to make you feel like Michael Jackson came back from the grave, you know?
There you go.
Tell us where they can get the tickets. It's on your website, right?
Sure, yes. You can go to www.theater47.com. That's theater spelled the English way, THEATER, the number 4, the number 7.com. That's THEATER, the number 4, number 7.com. Or you can call your ticket order in at 708-898-7730. That's 708-898-7730.
Yes, and they can people can get tickets right through there, correct?
You could get tickets, yes, and sometimes you'll hear my voice on the phone because I answer phones, sweep floors.
You do everything.
Yeah, I watch one. Yeah, you got to do everything when you're an entrepreneur. If you ain't a real entrepreneur, don't mind doing it. It's
That's
yours.
right.
It's
That's
your
right. Well,
business.
we got our own life coach here. We're gonna take a
Yes.
second for
Sure.
Coach to give us that 1-minute thought.
Yes.
This all I got to say. John L. Ruffin.
Yes, sir.
That's all I got to say. I don't have a lot. Normally it's a 1 minute thought, people, but I just got to say because we just been really blessed to have you on this show, brother.
Oh man, thank you, man.
And I don't say that about a lot of
That's
people when
very,
they come
very,
on.
very rare.
You know, I don't
Right.
say that about a lot of people that come on because John, and that's no shade to other people that have been on the show. But
Right.
my brother, my thing is you with I can tell you eat, breathe, and sweat what
Yes.
you do.
What he
Yes.
loves.
And it's just amazing, bro. I'm all the way over here. Like I tell you, I feel the energy. I don't know where you at right now, but I feel that bad boy.
Yes, sir.
And you
Good.
just so electrifying. You so smooth. You cool with it, man. You dropping gems. You dropping knowledge, brother. You for this 1 minute thought that I'm dropping, you done gave us a whole 48 minutes.
All right.
Okay.
Good.
So yeah, that's what I want to say. I just want to say for the 1 minute thought, John L. Ruffin, y'all listen to this, man. Y'all pay attention to this show. Y'all play this back because there's some stuff said that y'all need
Drop
to hear.
some gems. Drop
Yes.
some
Yes.
gems. Yes, that's our life coach every Monday.
Yes.
Change the narrative.
Yes.
And I
Definitely need a
agree
life
with
coach.
him 100%, 150%. You know what you're talking about. That makes a big difference when somebody come on and they know exactly what they're talking about. We can feel it. And we know and we can tell that you have mastered what you truly love and you're following God's plan. That's what makes the difference when people get out here and they have a dream that they want to implement. You got to follow God's plan for it to be successful.
That's right. You saying it 100%.
Yeah.
And don't stray because it didn't hit like you thought it would hit, because it never does. It never does. And one thing about it, and I'm gonna say this: once you get there, or where you thought it would be, it's not what you thought it would feel like. When you get the money or you get what you need or you think it's you're actually more careful. You're actually more empathetic toward it. You be thinking sometimes, oh, I can't wait to do this. I'm gonna show them. Get out of that, and then just show yourself. Show the world what God done put in you. When you get that chip off your shoulder, you can make it. Keep the chip on your shoulder. It's gonna take you longer. You sabotaging your own blessing. Because God don't work in that. He don't work in that vein at all.
Right. That's right. That's
He
right.
don't.
Well, I just want to take a moment to remind everyone that Distinguished Authors Guild, we have a raffle going on. We are raising money for our scholarships. And if you don't know what Distinguished Authors Guild is, it's a platform that celebrates African American authors. We want to give you accolades for the hard work that you do. It takes a lot to write a book. You don't just sit down, you got a book. Some of us have taken 5, 6, 7 years or more. And so we want to give them those accolades for doing what they do. So you can go purchase a number, any number from 1 to 25. The raffle numbers are $25 a piece. You can purchase as many as you want. We have items, very nice items for you to win. So one of the things, oh my gosh, you guys, a professional photo shoot. If you are an entrepreneur and you don't have a professional photo shoot, you got an issue. I am not walking in a room with my book and I don't have a professional photo shoot. My photo shoot was done by Quantum Imaging. She is amazing. This is $150 value that you can actually win from purchasing a $25 raffle. That's right. We also have a set of front leather seats for your front seats of your car. They are versatile. So they do fit any vehicle. So this right here is $115 value. So you know what? Sometimes you get in that car and you be like, oh, my seats look horrible. Well, you can fix it. And then the last product, man, you can never have too many bath towels. a value of $35. Beautiful navy blue. I have these tiles and I love them. I have them in all colors. They are it's nothing like stepping out of the shower and wrapping a nice, warm, soft towel around you. Everything is valued for more than the $25 tickets. And then I also want to congratulate our previous winners who did an awesome job. I appreciate everyone that's supporting. They won their items and they're very happy. I'm still getting emails. So to purchase a number, go to go to Cash App, $ capital DAG, lowercase XX, and the number 20. Purchase your ticket, $25, and pick a number from 1 to 25. And I wish you all the luck with the raffle. And remember, the funds are going towards the scholarships. This is our 4th year giving scholarships for college freshman students in the creative writing field. So if you know anyone in journalism, creative writing, any of the literary arts, send over their name or request the nomination form so they can be part of the drawing for however many scholarships we're giving out this year.
And can we donate? I would like to donate 4 tickets to next Saturday night show. For you guys, for your raffle. You know, you can definitely, however you want to do that. Okay.
I appreciate that.
It's a $200 value now.
Oh. I might have to take 2 of them myself.
Right.
Right at it.
I got number 1. Number 1 coming out of there.
Gina, you got a wedding gift. Say that's my wedding gift.
Right.
We truly appreciate it, John.
Yeah, my pleasure.
And
Thank
I'm
you.
definitely have to come. You know, what I want to see is especially see my guy Ed Hollis in Remember the Times. I have to get tickets to see that. When do they go on sale?
They've been on sale. We're almost sold out on that show already.
Oh man!
It was a total of, it's the whole night. It's like watching a video. Live video. Yeah. So we're really working on it.
Well, I gotta grab mine quick before it's gone.
Yes.
John, we enjoyed you so much.
I appreciate you all so much. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. You know what? Those gems that you dropped, we're going to go around the room. Let's just go ahead and give everybody a last word, a word that they can take with them moving forward.
Oh, for me. Okay.
There you go.
well, basically, you're right. You did a close up. I didn't know what to do, but my thing is, I live by one statement and one statement only, and that's hope until you see it. When God give you what you purpose to do, and you know exactly what you got to still hope until you see it, and that's what faith is all about. Faith is about hoping for something that you can't tangibly see or touch, but it's there. But sometimes we have to persevere through all the obstacle, all the distractions, and then the blessing comes. So if I can leave anything for anybody, I would like to say that hope until you see it, and then hope again. There you go.
I like that.
Yeah.
Man, those were definitely. Mo, what you got?
Man, I got something real short and sweet. Like we always say here on Dope Living TV, in order to get a blessing, you got to be one. And brother, you personified that. So.
Oh, man, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Man. What about you, Coach? What you got?
Oh, I'm about to say it. This man said, don't deviate. He said, you better stay on that path that the gift has mapped out for you. This man had dropped so much, but I'm trying to tell y'all, stay on that path. If that's what the gift allows you to be in, if that's the space you're supposed to be in, stay there and do not deviate. How long this man say? How long you been saying you've been doing it, brother? 30 years, the same thing, right?
Same thing. Yeah.
Come on now. Y'all hearing behind me here. 30 years, the same thing. Y'all better take something from that. Go ahead, Gina. Get this camera.
Whoa, I'm telling you, man. I don't know what to say. I mean, John, you have really brought some knowledge here. And
Thank you.
that's what we are here to do, to, help those individuals that's out there trying to start their own business, trying to do specific things. The one thing that I'm taking away from this, John, is to stick with that one thing and master it. Don't be a jack or a Jill of all trades. You can't, that means you're spreading yourself in all different kind of directions.
That's right.
Putting all that energy and all that knowledge in one place is what got you to where you are.
Absolutely.
You're not out here doing plays and doing musicals and doing plays and doing songs and all other kind of. You stuck with just that.
Yes, I did. Yes. Yes.
My hat's off to you. I am so.
Thank you all so much.
I am so blessed that you said yes.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, I'm appreciative. Thank you so
came
much.
on here to share your knowledge with us. And
Anytime.
anytime you want to come back, anything that you're promoting, if you want to come and promote any movie, any new musicals that you have, feel free. You're family now.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. I feel like family.
Always come back.
Please come on back. Please. I'm begging. I'm gonna get a rope. I'm a hog tie you.
Yes, please
come back,
go.
John.
Anytime. I love it. We're in theater. We love attention. People don't like to admit that, but that's what it is.
It is it.
Man, I don't know how we gonna top him, y'all. I don't know how we gonna do
I
it.
don't know, man.
But y'all join us tomorrow. We'll have some more good stuff for you. We thank you, John. We are so blessed to have you. We are blessed that you blessed us with your presence.
Bless you. Thank you all so much.
Everybody have a good night. And
yes,
we're Dope Living TV Live.
Peace.
All right.
Peace
out.